What it do, Rage Nation? We are back with another behind-the-scenes interview of our radio interview with Adam from Dopesick. Adam, what's up, my man?
What's happening? How you doing? How you doing?
I am fantastic. I'm glad to have you here with us tonight. Oh, the Dodgers, how are they doing? I know they're in the World Series, right?
18 innings last night, man. I was up till 1:30 last night watching the game.
Holy cow!
Yeah, so it's going to start in an hour too, right? When we get done, it's going to start. But those dudes got to be tired today, man. I mean, that's what they do. They're athletes. It's the World Series. But 18 innings last night, dude. 6.5 hours. That was awesome. It was for either team. It was awesome. For the Blue Jays, it was awesome. For the Dodgers, it was awesome.
And then I heard Freddie Freeman had another walk-off.
Always, Freddie is the man. Freddie smacked one in the 18th inning. Walk-off solo home run over the center field fence, and we won. It was awesome.
Hey, what happened to the guy? I'm a very casual baseball fan. I was much bigger baseball fan when I was a kid because that was the Braves back in the day with Maddox and Glavine and Pendleton and Otis Nixon and the crime dog, Fred McGriff.
Freddie came from Atlanta.
Yeah, that's right. I heard that today. I was listening to sports radio on the way here, and one of the guys was a Braves fan, and he was like, boy, wish he was still here doing that.
Yep.
What happened to the third baseman guy that had the big red beard?
He plays in Boston.
Oh, okay.
Justin Turner. Yeah. Man, they switch so many times. Like they trade players so much. And it seems like we trade a lot of our players to Boston for some reason. But I don't know why that is. But I'm a Dodger fan. I'm a basketball fan because they trade players so much. Like my guys go all over the place. So it's like, I just like basketball. I mean, I'm a Boston fan kind of for basketball, but I just follow basketball. It's weird. I was thinking about that the other day because they changed the players so much. But I'm a Dodger fan. I'm staying Dodger fan forever.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because like with basketball, I'm much more of a player fan than I am of a team fan.
Totally.
And like every time LeBron would go to a new team, I'm like, well, I guess I'm a Heat fan now. I guess I'm a Laker fan now.
Exactly. Think about KD. I think he's been traded. You'd have to have 19 different jerseys if you're a KD fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But, yep.
All right. So before we get started, the algorithm gods have had our back once again, and they brought you to this video, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube, and you want to help support the show. One of the easiest ways to do it is to use some of our affiliate links. We got one promoted right down in the crawl. Chime is offering our listeners $100. Grab yourself that Benji by starting to bank with Chime. You can use our affiliate link, tinyurl.com, Chime IRR. Sign yourself up for direct deposit and get that $100 today. All right, here we go, Adam. Segment 1. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us. We are back with another one. This time we got Adam with us. He's the vocalist and guitarist for the rock band from Los Angeles, California, Dopesick. You can find them on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and their music is available everywhere you are. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, and of course the list goes on and on and on. Adam, what's up, my friend?
What's happening, Mike? How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, bro, I'm all about it. Look, man, I've been enjoying your music from afar, and then your fans got a little interactive with the show, and you had quite a run with two songs on the most requested list. And I was like, you know what? Got to reach out.
That was cool, man. That was cool. God the Devil was a new one, but Day Eraser has been out for a little while, so that was cool. I appreciate that. Whoever was listening, whoever was sharing, thank you. Keep doing it. Thank you.
All right, so in the first segment, we always play a game, Adam. And this time, we asked ChatGPT to give us some trivia questions and answers about California rock bands and California rock music. You ready?
All right. Oh, great.
Look, they gave you some softballs, too. I think you're going to do great at this.
Yeah, but he told me no cussing before this, so this is going to be hard, but let's go.
All right, number 1. Which San Francisco band helped define psychedelic rock era with songs like Truckin' and Casey Jones?
Grateful Dead.
The Grateful Dead. Yeah, you nailed it. Number 2, which LA rock band had their 1987 debut album, Appetite for Destruction, become one of the best-selling albums in history?
I was trying to be smart ass, but everybody knows that. Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses. I thought I flubbed the question so bad that you didn't even understand what I was asking.
I was going to say Pretty Boy Floyd just to try to piss somebody off.
All right, let's see. Which Bakersfield band fused metal, hip-hop?
Corn.
Yes. Oh, man, he's on it. I didn't even get to finish it.
You got any questions, man, or what's this? No, I'm playing. These are easy.
Oh, man. Which California punk band released the 1994 anthem, Self-Esteem?
Offspring.
Offspring, yes. Which iconic rock group from Pasadena was co-founded by guitar legend Eddie blank blank?
I'm not even answering that one, but the Offspring really shouldn't be called punk. They should be called Hot Topic rock. But yeah, that last one, that would come on now. Come on.
Definitely Van Halen.
Totally. It's written on the sidewalk in front of the liquor store in the concrete.
And you know what? It's funny about that question. We were talking off the air a little while ago, and I told you my Uncle Vince told me in his truck one day, hey, or asked me the question, hey, have you heard Van Halen's new song? And I was like, no, what's a Van Halen? So the very first rock song that I ever heard was a Van Halen song. And then I was hooked ever since.
What song?
It was, oh, why am I going to go blank here? Oh, man.
Bad. Oh, Mike.
Oh, man. Jump.
Well, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it was Jump.
That's all right, though. I mean, as long as it was Van Halen, that's a good first one.
Yeah, man. Just like the guitar work, and I was just sitting there, and I was like mouth wide open. You know, what is going on here?
I heard Eruption, and I heard Van Halen 1 first. Not when it was first out, but that was one of the first Van Halens I heard. But 1984 and Diver Down were the first Van Halens that I got into. Like, completely emerged in 1984. I mean, it was just like, you know, the double bass and the start of Hot for Teacher in the car was like, whoa, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? So any Van Halen's good, man. You were lucky to have Uncle Vince.
Yeah, and you know, and I really didn't listen to Van Halen until like after that, until like the 90s. And then Sammy Hagar had taken over.
Dude,
and
people didn't like that. People didn't like that. And at first I didn't like it either. But if you look back, all those songs are awesome, dude. Sammy Hagar's awesome. All those songs with Van Halen are awesome. It's just people don't like change sometimes, and especially somebody like David Lee Roth. It was hard. But I mean, dude, both versions of Van Halen are awesome. Van Halen 3 now, we could have left that one alone. I'm sure Uncle Vince would agree with me on that one.
I'm pretty sure. All right, let's see here. And the final question, which San Francisco band became one of the big four of thrash metal?
Death Angel. No, Metallica. There should have been Death Angel. Should have been Exodus.
Yeah.
There's so much good bands up there. So many big, good thrash metal bands that don't get the props. Death Angel, huge. Death Angel was one of the first thrash I ever heard. Rob Cavastani is an awesome guitar player. Just that band is awesome. Exodus, awesome band. You know what I mean? Those bands are strong. So Metallica's not the only one up there.
Look, you nailed it. I know there were some softballs, but you nailed it.
Cool. What do I get? Do I get a star? I get a prize? A shirt?
Look, you get the bragging rights to go back and let everybody know what you did today.
I answered some really easy questions. If you play music and you don't know those questions, somebody should smack you repeatedly and put you in the corner.
All right, so the first song we're going to play from you tonight is one of the songs that made it to the most requested list at IndieRageRadio.us. It's called God the Devil. It's your latest release. Let's talk about this song. What's it about?
I never like to say what it's about because everybody has their different opinions and interpretations. And two, it depends on if you get the lyrics right. I've seen some people do reviews and the lyrics are wrong. So it has a little different meaning if the lyrics aren't right. But to me, it has to do with change and just change and questioning stuff, and not being scared to question stuff, not being scared to believe what you want to believe, and knowing that change is okay and change is good sometimes.
Here it is. It is God the Devil from Dopesick. And you heard it here on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very cool. So segment 2, we're going to ask you more questions about the band.
Cool. That was good, huh?
Oh, yeah, that was perfect.
Kill it. I have fun doing these, man. You seem like a nice guy. Some people are just kind of like stale or flat. But I mean, as long as you got some rapport, we're good, man. And it's fun, you know?
Right on.
You need some pictures behind you, man. I'll send you a Dopesick poster.
Well, you know what? This place is about to get knocked down.
What is this? Where are you at?
I mean, like Charles at like my day job, I'm a brand manager for a classic hit station. And
you just use the room there?
Yeah, this is our studio. Our whole building got messed up from Hurricane Laura a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So like we used to have like, you know, posters on the walls and everything like that. But, you know, the whole thing was, since it got messed up, they just patched everything up, and it was going to be like, we were just going to be here temporarily, and they were going to get us a new building and this and that, but they never did. But then now they're building a new bridge, because our bridge right here by the studio, it's got like a D rating on safety for many years. And
That's
like, no. And it's in terrible shape. So they're fixing to knock that thing down and build a brand new bridge. And everything that's on our side of the road, they're going to demolish. So they're looking for us a new joint. So that's why it's so,
Sorry.
I just got my calendar here.
I'll still send you a poster. But
oh yeah, right on, man.
Did you get hit by Katrina too, or not?
No, Katrina was on the other side of the state. In fact, but that same year, so Katrina happened in like, what,
2005?
like August? Was it August?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was in August. And then we were doing like water drives and, you know, stable food drives here. And then we sent like a U-Haul over to New Orleans full of stuff. And then like 2 months later, Hurricane Rita came through here and effed us up.
Wow. Yeah, people always talk about earthquakes out here. You feel them sometimes, but I'm more scared of hurricanes. That's real stuff, you know. Earthquakes are real too, but I mean, I've felt and been through more hurricanes back there than I have earthquakes. So I'm scared of those guys. I respect them. That one Jamaica dude just got this. Wow.
Oh man. Yeah, like I feel heartbroken for those people because A, you know, they don't have the resources that the USA has. But B, like that storm made history. It tied for the most powerful storm, Atlantic-born storm. And like, oh man.
They knew it was coming too. I mean, it's sad. You live in a beautiful place, but you know every once in a while it's gonna come through like that. So I mean, it's just kind of weird, you know?
Yeah, and like, you know, over there, you know, a lot of people are extremely poor, so there's no means to get like a plane ticket to get out of Dodge, and they can't drive away like I can in Louisiana. They just got to ride it out.
Exactly. That's why it's so poor though, because they never get to rebuild probably, and it's, you know what I mean? And it's going to tear all the power and all that kind of shit this time. So it sucks, man. I like reggae a lot. Like I'm fond of the marijuana and fond of the reggae culture. So, you know.
And it looks like, because it kind of went like on the west side, it looks like Kingston really didn't have that much like wind damage there. I don't know how they're going to do with all the rain and stuff like that coming down from the mountains and whatnot, but yeah, it was weird. I thought as small as Jamaica is, like the whole country was just going to get laid to waste.
I still think that the whole thing is probably going to get a lot of damage. And, you know, even where they say it wasn't bad, oh, it's still bad.
Yeah.
You know, just not as bad. So
Yeah, it's a tough deal. I remember because Hurricane Laura was like a strong 4, and we had a local radio guy, no, local TV guy, and he got everything right leading up to the storm. And we were gonna hunker down here. And you know, he said it's gonna be a 5. And then I looked at my operations guy and I was like, I'm not staying for a 5, dog. I'm out.
yeah,
And he ended up leaving too. And that was a great decision because the stories that I heard from people that stayed, horrific.
you just did after Katrina, and you see what, even if it's not Mother Nature, it could be the government or something. You know,
Yeah.
that's scary. I went to New Orleans a couple of years ago, like twice in probably 5 months, and got to hang out a lot. Like, I got to hang out for a couple of weeks, and I went and saw all that stuff in the Ninth Ward. I'm a huge Fats Domino fan, huge Fats Domino fan. So went over to his old house and just saw the stuff, and it's like, you know, there's still stuff that's not even rebuilt at all. It's just the same exact, and it's like, wow, just, you know, that's heavy duty stuff. That's heavy stuff. No candy coating, no fake shit. You know.
Yeah. All right. So let's go and get into segment 2. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us. We are back with Adam. He's the vocalist and guitarist for the rock band from LA, Dopesick. You can find him on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Go download and stream Dopesick music on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, and everywhere you consume music. All right,
Share it with your
Adam.
friends.
What's that?
I said, share it with your friends. Add it to your playlists.
Yeah. So, Adam, we were talking off the air, and you had told me that you started out in Skinlab, and then you toured and you played with Sabastian Bach. Let's talk about how all that came together.
So we were talking too that I'm back from the South, close to you in New Orleans area. I grew up in Destin, and I played music there for a while, but all I did was covers, and I didn't know how to do anything else. So I left Florida and went to San Francisco, and that's when I got in Skinlab. And I learned a lot in that band, learned how to write, learned how to play original music. You know, I got away from covers. Nobody played covers in San Francisco. So it was cool to learn how to do that, learn how to do it correctly. Not correctly, but learn, you know what I mean? Learn how to write and craft your stuff. Learn how to tune a guitar to a different tuning. Just all kind of stuff. Skinlab was a big thing for me. That was a big stepping stone for me.
And then how'd you get hooked up with Sabastian Bach?
That was after Skinlab, I started doing Dopesick stuff. And the bass player in Dopesick died. He got in a motorcycle crash. Jason Taggart, he died. And then one of the guitar players from Skinlab, Scott Sargent, was like, hey, you should send a tape to Sabastian Bach. And I was like, for what? And he's like, he's looking for a guitar player. I was like, oh. He's like, dude, do it. And I was like, all right. So I sent him some Dopesick demos. And Sabastian liked Angel Down. He loved that song. Actually, that's the title of the record I did with Sabastian. It's called Angel Down. Angel Down's the first song on that record. But Sabastian called me a few times. He called me and I hung up on him because I didn't believe him. So he called back. I hung up on him again. And finally he was like, man, if you want a job, call me back, and left a number. And I called him back. But I remember the girl that I was dating at the time, I ran into the bathroom. I was like, man, Sabastian Bach just called me. She's like, who's Sabastian Bach?
Oh, like, no.
Yeah, but it was cool. I probably could have acted better in that and been a little more professional. But it was a weird scene, dude, when I was in that shit. It was weird. It was fun. I learned a lot in that one. But he was just starting his solo career, kind of. And it was very, very unprofessional all around. His ex-wife was our manager. Just kind of crazy. But it was cool. It was cool. I'm a huge fan of his. And he's different. But I mean, dude, he's done a lot of cool stuff. He's an awesome singer. And he's a different animal.
Did you ever watch Supergroup on VH1?
I was just gonna say Savage Animal. Wasn't that the name? He wanted to name the band Savage Animal or some stupid stuff.
I don't remember that. I just remember Sabastian Bach being so wild on that show. I was like, oh man, Sebastian's the dude. Him and Ted Nugent used to bump heads.
He came down in that leotard, and I remember Scott Ian looking at him like, what the? I mean, there's Sebastian's out there. What the one thing though, Sebastian's a fan of music, dude. Sebastian's still like a little kid with music. He loves music, and that's cool. I respect that. And he just kind of lives in his own world. But I remember him coming down in that leotard, and it was like all those other dudes were like, what is that? And that's where the dude from Biohazard was going to beat his ass. Like Sebastian was playing, and that dude was going to, Evan Seinfeld or whatever his name, he put him down. He was going to whoop his ass. But I remember that.
I'm going to have to go back and see if I can find that somewhere. I remember that show being so good.
He probably tried to get that deleted off of Facebook. I mean, off of YouTube. That's kind of embarrassing.
So let's start talking a little bit about Dopesick. You know, you were saying that after you, finished your time with Skinlab, you started Dopesick. And it begs the question, I'm sure you've answered this question a million times, but how'd you come up with the name for the band?
When I was in prison, my bunkie was he was in there for pills and stuff. He was in there for drugs, and he always used to say weird names like Down Freak and Dopesick and just stuff that wasn't in my vocabulary really. And when he said that, I was like, that's a cool name. And then when I got out, I just started using it. And then it's hard because I got the name trademark. That's my name, but so many people use it and just rip me off. And it's hard to get that stuff pulled down and stuff. And people are like, oh, you're an asshole. No, dude, I paid for that. That's mine. That was my idea. You're stealing from me. There's a band out there that just takes the K off and uses it. And it's like, dude, you know you're stealing now. You know on purpose you're doing it. And it causes confusion. That's what a lot of the people don't see. It's like somebody say, hey, are you playing in Stockton? I'm like, no, I'm not. Dude, here's a flyer. And it's like some band. It just hurts. You know, it sucks, dude. But even having the trademark doesn't help me all the time because it's just constant stress and have to fight. But so that's where I got the name from. And I like the name, the words dope and sick. A lot of people use those words in conversation and in lingo. You put them together and it makes a cool word. It has a stigma, it has an image. I get a lot of fans or a lot of hanger-on people that think that I'm automatically a junkie. And it's like, dude, I'm not a junkie. I've never shot drugs in my life. I've done a lot of drugs, but I've never shot drugs. And I'm sober now. You know, I smoke pot like crazy, but I don't drink anymore. I don't do cocaine anymore. So that one kind of bugs me when it's like automatically you think that I'm a junkie. And even one of the bands who I just got pulled off Spotify, the little kid was like, they're from Florida. The kid was like, we're just all recovering. And I'm like, dude, you're going to recover from a right hook if I get close to you. We're not all recovering. You know what I mean? That don't put your shit on me. So the name is, I love the name. It's cool, but it comes with some stuff also, you know?
You know, I think this might be an Indie Rage Radio first. You know, we've heard from bands in many of our episodes about how they came up with their name. And it usually starts with Googling the name they wanted and it was already taken and trying to find another one.
Hey,
the people Googling Dopesick and going, that's already taken. They're running with it.
See that there's different type of people in the world. And sometimes you just want to avoid some people. And those are the kind of people, when you know you're doing something bad and you go ahead and do it anyway, you're being that way. I'm trying not to cuss. I'm trying hard not to cuss. This is the first time I've never cussed too, probably in an interview. But nice. Just if you know you're doing something bad, don't do that, man. Don't be good when people aren't looking. And that goes, you know what I mean? I'm getting older, and the older I get, I try to be cool because I did so much bullshit when I was a kid. I try to make up for it now. But people should just be nice, and you shouldn't try to rip anybody off. I don't make money doing this. So when somebody rips me off or does that kind of stuff, it hurts me. You know, it hurts what I'm doing, and it hurts the people that know my band or know Dopesick because it's different stuff. So go create your own stuff. Don't steal from other people, you bunch of jackasses.
All right. So look, we were talking off the air before the show, and I was like, how do you describe your genre? And you're like, man, I do everything. I do reggae, I do alternative rock, I do rock. If somebody's listening to Dopesick for the first time, how would you describe the sound?
It depends what song they listen to. I'm gonna give a shout out right now to my buddy Nick Flagstar in Florida, because we just had this conversation, this little text. I think he was talking to a booker, and the booker was asking what style he is: happy music, sad music. And it's like, well, it depends on the day and what I write. Dopesick plays metal, we play new metal, we play rock, we play punk, we play reggae, some electronic, some instrumental. And it just depends what mood I'm in to what I'm going to write. You know what I mean? And the bands that I grew up listening to, like I love Van Halen, Bad Brains, Cheap Trick, Kiss, Led Zeppelin. All those bands, they didn't write one style. You see Alice Cooper and people see the snake and they see all this scary stuff. Go listen to some Alice Cooper. Some of that stuff is violin and pianos and stuff. I think the bands that write one style and stay in that little pigeonhole suck. It's like, dude, I feel different, and I don't want to rock every second. I don't want to cry every second. I don't want to reggae every second, but I like to mix all that stuff up and do it, and I think hitting all the emotions, that's what music is. It's hitting all emotions. It's not just trying to look cool. It's not trying to chase what's cool, trying to be the band like the other band is popular. It's do what you want to do, right from your heart, create from your heart, wear the style you want to wear. Don't wear what the other person's wearing. You know what I mean? Just do your stuff. And that goes back to the style of music. There is no style. It's just rock-based music, I guess.
Yeah. And when you're in your songwriting process, how do you get the vibe of the song? And you're like, man, okay, I know this one needs to be a reggae vibe, or I know this one needs to be a new metal vibe.
I'm just finishing right now. Like I just finished pretty much demoing the whole new record. Everything's got titles, and the work title for the record is done. When I work, I usually do a song, and so I got that CD. Last night, I just put everything on one CD so I can listen to it and drive. So it's in that shape. There's no reggae on this one. And I was like, I need reggae. I don't want to force myself to write reggae. This little batch of songs there doesn't need to be reggae with it. God the Devil is probably the heaviest one on this, but this is probably the best batch of songs I've written, because usually when I write, I'm writing for another singer. That's what Dopesick has had 19,000 different people in it. I'm the only one that stays. But on the last record, ever since I've been working with Pepper Gomez and Wake Up Music Rocks, who's awesome. I love that lady. She's awesome. I love being on Wake Up Music Rocks. I've been singing everything. So the first EP, I was scared to death because she thought I had a singer probably, and it was me. So I was kind of learning, and I was stumbling. Dude, I was scared to death. That's why songs came out like one at a time. It was like, okay, I did one. Okay, cool, I can do another one. So Eddie Wall, the guy that's my producer and the guy I work with, and I'm grateful that he works with me, and just we got to be better friends now, which is cool. But I'm writing with him this time, so it's fun. It's way different. He's so smart that he knows kind of what's going on. So I'm like writing with somebody else this time and starting different. And he told me a while ago, you'll start writing towards your stuff. And this batch of songs, that's exactly what happened. I'm not writing for somebody else. I'm writing for me to sing them and play them. So it's more comfortable. It's more natural. And they're cool. They're cooler songs. I think when I'm trying to write for somebody else to sing, I'm trying to write for something that I can't sing. I know, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to try and write the heaviest thing. I know I can't do that, but somebody else can. So now I got to write for me to sing it. And it's cool. I'm super stoked with these songs, man. They start with not samples, but I have some synthesizers and just some different stuff. It's just, I'm excited for this stuff, man. I'm really excited. I know everybody says that, but I'm saying it.
And that kind of leads into my next question. You're signed to Wake Up Music Rocks. How'd that partnership come together, and how's it been working with Pepper and the team?
Pepper is awesome. And because of legal stuff, I can't tell the full story, but I'll try and bang on it a little bit. There used to be somebody on her label who's a complete, any cuss word you want to put there. So that person called me and was like, hey, Pepper would like to work with you. I want to sign you. And at that point, I was having trouble with the singer. And I was like, dude, I'm going to fire the singer. I don't want to work with him. And the guy was like, oh, don't trip, dude. We'll find you a singer. We know you write the stuff. We'll find a singer. And my manager told me, lie to Pepper. Lie. Just sign the contract and then tell him. And I'm like, dude, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. That's not how I want to function, And I think I was still drinking at the time, so that's kind of hard. But I was like, I'm not lying. I'm gonna, I don't want to do that. So I told the guy the truth, and that guy never called me back. And I was just like, dude, I should have lied. You know what I mean? I was like, totally, I should have lied. But I felt better about that. So time passes. That dude's still a dick. And about 2 years later, Pepper did something. She commented something, and she said, I wanted to sign your band. I said, I know. I don't understand what happened. I don't know why you didn't talk to me. And she said, what do you mean? So we got on a phone call, and we talked about all that stuff. And she said, send me something. So I sent her something, and she liked it. But that was when I was changing to singing. So it was like I was scared to death what to send her. And the first thing I sent her that I thought was good, she said, can you go back and work on it a little bit? And I was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Like the last thing that I wanted to hear. But she was very positive. She was very helpful. She was very supportive. She's just a cool lady, man. I don't know if you know her personally or not, but she's helped me so much. She's helped Dopesick so much. She's probably the nicest, most honest person I've met in music, which is very rare. She's out to help. She's not out to hurt anybody. And I'm thankful to work with her and thankful for everything she's done for me.
Yeah, we've exchanged a few DMs, but I've never talked to her in person. But I've had a few Wake Up Rocks artists on the show before, and everybody says she's an absolute sweetheart.
Totally. She don't get on the phone too much, but I talk to her through Messenger all the time, and she's just an awesome lady. She's an awesome lady.
I've been trying to book her for a show. So, Pepper, if you're seeing this, let's get you booked.
I'll help hook that up. I'll send her a message after that.
Oh, right on. Let's see here. And I got one last question in this segment. What do you want Dopesick's legacy to be when it's all said and done?
That's a cool question, man. I've always thought this too. When I die, Dopesick will always be here. The music I played and wrote will always be here. And that's something that everybody can say. So that right there in itself is enough for me, I think. I mean, I hope people like it, and I hope it's cool. And I hope it inspires some people to play music. I hope it inspires some people to listen to different genres of music. So maybe that one right there, the legacy would be to leave music here and leave different styles so people can explore different styles of music.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the next song we're going to play from you is the first song that I heard from you, No One Can Save You. And it's a great video, too.
Oh, yeah. That was in Oakland. All that stuff was real, dude. We just drove through Oakland looking for, we know the bad areas because I used to live there, but we just went to like a bad area, and there was all kind of stolen cars there left from last night and stuff. And when we were filming that, a dude pulled up, and big black dude, and we're like, oh, shit. And he's like, what you guys doing? We're like, dude, filming a video. He's like, you guys gonna burn that car? And we're like, I was like, we thought about it, but it's daytime. He's like, man, don't, because we're gonna burn it tonight in the video. And I was like, oh shit. And they were doing a video tonight. He was just coming by to make sure the stuff was there and everything was kind of cool. But all that stuff was real, dude. Just right on the street, hanging out right there, guerrilla style.
Wow, that's crazy.
And Chris Contos is in that video, man. Contos is a really good friend of mine. He helped me write that song. He helped me write God the Devil. He plays on God the Devil. And so to go up there and get to shoot that video with him in Oakland, that was huge, dude, because he's like a hero to me, and he's like a Bay Area legend. So that was cool. Thank you, Chris Contos. I love you.
Here it is. It's No One Can Save You from Dopesick on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very cool. Remember,
Cool.
segment 3 kicks off hour number 2, and that's the one where we're going to fly into Joshua Tree, and we're going to do the
Okay.
restaurant venue and something fun to do.
Cool. Dude, this is a good one, man. You do good. If any advice, try and research any of the bands a little bit so you have some if they have anything good. Like Sabastian and Skinlab is important for somebody to do if you're interviewing me, because it just gets more, oh shit, I didn't know that. Oh, that's that guy. That's a bald-headed motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but you do good questions. Dude. This is a good one. I'm having fun, and thank you.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. All right, here we go.
All right.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
We got time.
What you doing? What you doing? All right.
So segment 3. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us. We are back for hour number 2. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Of course, our special guest for the show is Adam. He's the vocalist and guitarist from the rock band Dopesick. They're from LA. Check them out on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Give them a follow. Give them a subscribe. Also, music is available everywhere you are. Stream it, download it, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal. I kind of almost went with a teaser right there. Combining teaser and Tidal.
Add it to your playlist. Share it with your friends, please. Thank you.
All right. So in segment 3, Adam, we always take a flight into your town, and we're transforming you from a rock star to a tour guide. So we're coming in hot. We are hungry. What is one restaurant we need to stop at in Joshua Tree, California?
There's not much food up here that is good, but there's a little Chinese restaurant in 29 Palms that's right on the edge of Joshua Tree, Bamboo Garden. That's where I go eat. That's where I get takeout. That's the only Chinese place up here that's good, and that's where I go eat.
What do they got, like fire egg rolls? What brings you over there?
Kung Pao chicken.
Ooh, okay.
So I get Kung Pao chicken, Szechuan pork. It's just good. I lived in San Francisco and San Jose and LA, and there's just food that's good there. There's not a lot of food out here, and it sucks. I need more good food out here. If you go to Palm Springs, there's food, but up the hill where I live, not a lot.
Well, look, maybe that's good food truck up there. Might be a
actually there is starting to be a lot of taco trucks and stuff on the sides of the road, which is killer, and that's a big thing in LA. So it's coming out here, but with all the political stuff, I think some of them are scared. But there's still a couple trucks right now that are good. I need to go try the new one up there.
All right, so we had a great meal. We want to work out the calories. What's a rock venue we need to stop at to get our faces rocked off?
Again, there's not a lot of stuff out here, but the place Pappy and Harriet's is super cool. It's like I don't know how old it is, but Slipknot played there not long ago, like a year ago, two years ago or something. Slipknot played there.
Nice.
McCartney played there. I'm going to see John 5 play there next month. I saw Dinosaur Jr. play there. Also, they have pretty good food. So I was going to say, really, you could do both, get the bang for the buck. Just go to Pappy and Harriet's. It's in a cool part of town. You don't have to go to 29 Palms because 29 Palms sucks. And Pappy and Harriet's is in Pioneer Town, which is, it's all Joshua Tree and Yucca Valley, but it's, it's right here. And you can do both for the same thing.
Sweet. How many people we fitting in that venue?
They have outside, where Slipknot played outside. I think that's probably a few hundred. And then they have an inside stage. I've seen HR from Bad Brains play inside. Inside is probably maybe 100 at the most, but there's tables. There's people sitting there eating too. So like when HR's playing, there's a grandma over there going, who the fuck? Whoops. Who is that? And why are they doing that? But people will come through. Joshua Tree, Willie Nelson's kid played there. The Pretenders played there. Like cool people, you know, Fu Manchu plays there. Just lots of cool stuff goes through there.
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, shout out to Proto, my old bass player. He just had a baby, but his band, Blaze Francisco, is playing there. They're opening for John 5 next month. So lots of cool stuff up there.
So we saw a great rock show. We want to end the weekend out by doing something fun. What are we doing over in Joshua Tree?
Smoking lots of pot and taking mushrooms. Joshua Tree is the park, so a lot of people go climbing, a lot of people go looking at stars and just go hanging out. So again, smoking pot, taking mushrooms probably, but a lot of outside stuff. So you'd go out to the park and hang out, probably just look in the sky and listen to Indie Rage Radio very loud.
Yes.
And you share with your neighbors.
Do you guys have like mountains over there?
They're not like Tennessee mountains or not like the Rocky Mountains, but they're big. They're mountains, I guess. The big hills, they're mountains because we have San Jacinto Mountains, which is huge. Big Bear is close to me. So, I mean, they're mountains, but like mountain-esque.
Do they have mountain lions?
They have bobcats. There's bobcats out here. There is those sheep with the horns. I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
But there's signs everywhere. Watch out for the sheep. I've never seen one. Also, watch out for the turtles. I've never seen one. There's a lot of wildlife, which is cool. I see coyotes every day, rattlesnakes a lot, roadrunners, which are cool. Okay. Just different kind of wildlife out here, which is neat.
Yeah, over here in Louisiana, we got a lot of bobcats too. And I tell you what, as like a kid, when you're just exploring the woods and you walk up on a bobcat, they mean business. Bobcats don't back down.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize bobcats were there, but I think bobcats are more places than we realize.
Yeah.
Like the only bobcat I've ever seen out here where I walk my dogs, there was a dead one, but it had just died, it looked like, in the last day. And the coyotes had eaten its back leg off. And some old dude told me though that's where the meat's at. So like when they're in the nature and they're gonna bite you or eat you, that's where they eat because that's where the meat's at. But it was weird. It was cool to see him, but I'd rather see him alive.
So I mean, how many people come to Joshua Tree and the only thing they know about it is just it was the title of a U2 album. And they're like, what are we going to do here?
I think that more people know Joshua Tree for other stuff. There's a lot of like hippie trippy out here and a lot of spiritual. Lots of people come out here UFO looking and stuff like that. There's a lot of musicians out here, man. There's a lot of people. I ran into John 5 the other day at the Walmart. I didn't know he lived out here. He lives out here. I run into Nick Oliveri all the time at Home Depot from Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that live out here, I think, to get out of LA. And that Joshua Tree cover, that's not shot in Joshua Tree. That's shot in Nevada for some reason, or somewhere further that way. It's not in Joshua Tree though, but you know, it sounds nice.
The dang Hollywood machine. Kind of like the moon landing.
Like at the tourist store up here, the whatever it is where you go in, there's a picture of the Joshua Tree album and a little story about it. They don't say it was a shot here. They just say the story, you know?
Yeah. All right, Adam, thank you for taking us around your town. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I had a little story, but
would you like to share?
Well, if anybody knows me and has followed me, we had a little road rage incident where I threw a lady's phone. But so on this little trip, we didn't get any of that. So I hope everybody had a fun trip and was safe.
So the next song we're going to play from you is called Take Me. What's the song about?
Again, don't want to tell people what it's about, but to me, this one's about just relationships, like just relationships, probably. The learning relationships, learning like your first love and first time you get your heart broke, the first time somebody cheats on you, the first time you tell a lie to somebody you like, the first time you cheat. You know what I mean? First, just a lot of the first relationship stuff when you're doing dumb stuff and you're learning.
Here it is. It's Take Me from Dopesick on Indie Rage Radio. All right. Last segment. It's kind of like we're up against the clock. So we're just putting a bow on everything. We'll talk about, what you got in the future. You can talk again about, your album and stuff like that. And we'll get you out of here so you can go watch the Dodgers.
Cool. This is a good one, man. This is a good one. You're a good interviewer. And
well, thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Best of luck, dude. And I hope everything goes good. Why'd you go off the air for a minute? Why'd you go away for 1 second?
Like, I don't
know. Right when I got God the Devil was one of the top requested, it went away for like a month or 3 weeks. You were gone off of social media.
Oh man, that was so essentially. So Mike Oleander is my radio name. It's not my government name. So I'd been using Mike Oleander on my personal profile since 2019. And Facebook finally realized that it wasn't my real name. So they locked up my account. And man, it was a whole thing. Like I appealed it. And, they were saying that, if you didn't win the appeal or whatever, like in a day, then it could take months. And I was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? And then I totally given up on it. And I started an account with my government name, and they even blocked that one for a little bit. They were like, oh, some screwy's going on here. You know what I mean? And one day I got like an email and it said, your Facebook account has been reinstated. And I was like, what? So I went and checked it out and I could log in. And I was like, holy crap. I guess they went back and looked and they were like, this guy isn't up to anything nefarious. And maybe they saw that I was a radio DJ and all that.
I'm sure.
Stuff.
I mean, there's so many people that use a different name on the computer, hey, are you affiliated with Rock Rage or is this something completely different?
No, something completely different. I actually talked to that guy one time and he was not a fan of me calling the show Indie Rage Radio.
Good. I just heard some bad stuff about them. And I was like, I don't know. I know they play some of my stuff, but I heard something bad about them. And people always talk shit on the computer because you can say whatever you want. But I just like to know the truth about some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
but
no,
good. I thought at first I thought it was, and then I was thinking, no, it would say Rock Rage and shit. So
yeah, and you know what? I didn't Google Indie Rage Radio when I started it. And so I didn't know Rock Rage Radio was a thing until, I started getting deeper into, the indie scene and stuff like that. Then I found Curtain Call Records, and from Curtain Call Records, through different posts and stuff like that, I found Rock Rage. And I was like, oh man, they got a pretty big web presence. I don't know why I never heard of them before.
But dude, as long as yours says Indie Rage, it's completely different and it don't matter. I mean, I've been through all that shit with the trademark. Like if you use Dopesick and put an AD at the end of it, you can use it. If you put Dopesick 2 words, I think you can legally use it. Maybe not on that one, but just some bullshit, man. I mean, and then to fight people over that. Oh, dude, I don't have no hair. I pulled it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was not a fan. All right, here we go. Segment 4 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us. We are back for the final segment of the show. I hate when it comes to this time. But look, we only have a 2-hour slot on this radio station. So we got to do what we got to do. Our special guest tonight has been Adam. He's the vocalist and guitarist from Dopesick. They're a rock band from Los Angeles, California. Go subscribe, go follow Dopesick on your favorite social media platforms. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. They are there. Plus, go stream, go download the music on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, and the list goes on. And as Adam has said throughout the show, go put it on your playlist. Tell your friends about it.
Go check out the other bands. Go check out the other bands on Wake Up Music Rocks. There's some good bands on that label.
Fantastic label. All right, so look, let's talk about the future. What you got cooking in the lab?
The lab is boiling right now. Smells good. Every song, I got the whole new record pretty much demoed. It's going to start snowing pretty quick. And we were talking about I live close to Big Bear. Most of the lyrics are written already, and that's weird because usually all the music's done and then I write lyrics over that. This time a lot of the lyrics were written and I wrote to that, which is cool. It's fun. But I want to finish some of the lyrics in the snow. I know that sounds corny or whatever, but I want to go up there and finish like one of these songs in the snow, and then I will go in and record everything, and hopefully this record will be out in spring. But that's what's up. I know everybody says this, but this is the best songs I've done. I'm super excited for these songs to come out. It's a different batch of songs for me. There's no reggae on this record yet, but it's a little different vibe for me, and it's cool. I'm really excited for everybody to hear it and get the response.
Now I gotta ask, like, you having to write a song in the snow, like what's behind that?
I'm just gonna get naked and lay my pecker in the snow. No. Just it's heavy, dude. You know what I mean? Like the snow is very clean, it's very heavy. And the songs I'm doing, I kind of add more meaning to these songs. Eddie Wall told me, man, you need to have something to write about. You know, you need to have something to say. So each batch of songs, my lyrics are getting better and I'm getting more comfortable. And this song, I just dug a little deeper emotionally and personally. And I want to go get naked in the snow. Something you can't do in Louisiana.
Maybe that's the music video too. Hey, not so much. We had a blizzard last year.
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy. Bourbon Street in snow.
Yeah, and they got the worst of it. They got like 13 inches. And you know what's crazy about that? We were talking off the air about government manipulation of the weather. I was totally on board. I was like, this had to come from HARP. Ain't no way we're getting a blizzard in South Louisiana.
I don't know. Man, I haven't heard about that HARP thing for a while. I haven't talked about that for a while.
Snowed for like a week.
That was beautiful though, man. You know?
Oh yeah, it was great.
It was I wish I could have went there because I've been in New Orleans for so many things, but I can never say I've been there on Bourbon Street when it was snowing.
And like my kids, they were like, we're gonna go play out in the snow. And I was like, yeah, go have fun. They came in like 2 minutes later. They were like, nah, we're done.
What? Why? Just wet and cold?
Yeah, wet and cold. Their hands were freezing, their noses and their ears were all red.
Well, they see it on TV and they're like sledding and stuff. Back there, there was probably not any sledding. They were just cold snow, you know?
Yeah. But hey, I was surprised. Our power never went out because the infrastructure down here isn't built for snow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like we had power the whole time. Our internet never went out. We were shut up in the house for a week. It was actually pretty nice.
I was gonna say that's nice. What time of year was that? When was it?
Probably December.
I was gonna say if it was Christmas time, dude. That's killer. Enjoy it.
Yeah, either December or January. I can't remember.
People are gonna say, "Man, what are they talking about the weather and Christmas and shit for? It's supposed to be rock radio."
Hey, Christmas is rock and roll.
Totally. Actually, there's a Dopesick did a Christmas song, and this is the first time I got to say this. But Pepper called me and said, "Hey, would you do a Christmas song?" Everybody on the label is gonna do one, and we're just gonna do low key, like acoustic, kind of like sing around the Christmas tree thing. I was like, totally cool. Always wanted to do one. So I picked one. She said, nope, somebody's doing that one. Couldn't do it. So I did Feliz Navidad. Turns out Adam and Dopesick is the only one that turned the song in. So if I would have known this, I probably would have done a different version. I wouldn't have done such a mellow, little nice, just sing-song-singy. I would have put some more distortion in it. So there's a Christmas song, Feliz Navidad, out, but I wish I would have done it a little different. I wish I would have done a little more heavy.
You know, coming up closer to Christmas, we actually play Christmas songs on here, and we got that in rotation. And Pepper told me that story through email.
Did she?
Yeah, she sent it.
She said I was the only one that turned it in, though?
Yeah. She was like,
yes, good. Thank you, Pepper.
She was like, I tried to convince everybody on my label that they need to do a Christmas song. And she was like, Adam's the only one that sent me a song.
Oh, thank you, Pepper, because I didn't know that you realized that, and that was hard for me to do. Like, I did that song in July. And,
really?
Yeah, so everybody on the label that didn't do one, they're too cool. I don't want to look, I got, just go play some music. But I'm glad she realized that, because it didn't piss me off, but it was like, man, if I would have known that, I would have done a different version,
Yeah.
So cool. See, dude, she's a cool lady. She's a mom, and she's a good mom, so that you can't take that out of her, and that just goes to her other stuff. She cares. She's the first label that took me to dinner. So see, she's got the mom in her, make sure we got food in our bellies. Yep.
What was the first song that you wanted to do? That the other band was going to do, so you had to switch it.
She had picked two. She was going to take two. Little Drummer Boy, maybe. And then I want to do the one, Chestnuts Roasting on Open Fire. Oh, man, I'm glad I didn't pick that one. But I love that song. That's a killer song.
Oh, yeah.
And, dude, the people that didn't want to do one, there's guitar players on the label that'll smoke me, I'm sure. But they could have done Trans-Siberian Orchestra stuff, or, there's a lot of Christmas songs if you think. Being in California, there's a lot of Mexican stuff, and I like a lot of the Mexican culture. So on mine, I started it with the start of Lowrider is in it, and there's some that kind of vibe on it, which is cool to me, so it had a little LA feel to it.
Yeah, and then the album art was like a Lowrider on it, right? If I remember correctly.
Wow, you've seen it. Thanks, man. Fer Del Colegio does all my art, and he did that one. Yeah, I'll get to start working with him again too. That's cool. It's funny when you don't, like, I talk to him a lot when we're working, and then when I'm not working, I don't talk to him too much, but he's done so much stuff with me and for me. And a lot of people know my art. They like the art, and they so that's for Dale Colegio. I appreciate him and respect him and thank him mucho.
Make sure you go follow Dopesick on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Go download, go stream the music. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, and the list goes on. We only got one song left to play. We're going to do that now. He is Adam. I am Mikey O. We are out of here. Here's Day Eraser from Dopesick.
Thank you.
On Indie Rage Radio. Very good, man.
Kill it. Dude, that was fun, man. That was really fun. Thank you for having me, dude. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for taking the time to do a little research and stuff. And, man, that was fun. I had fun.
Yeah, bro. Before you get out of here, if you would, and you can stylize the drop however you want, but essentially something along the lines of, hey, this is Adam for the band Dopesick, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio.
Yep. Do it right now?
Yep.
Do it. What up? This is Adam Albright from Dopesick, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio. Turn it up.
There you go. All right, man. Keep up the hard work. Love the music.
Hey, I'm going to hit Pepper right now and tell her that she needs to hit you up and do an interview.
Yeah, man. We had one set up back in the day, and I got the times mixed up, and I wasn't able to make it. But, yeah, I would love to interview Pepper.
Send her a message. I'm going to send her one right now, and we'll get that hooked up.
Okay. Sweet, man.
Thank you, Mike, very much, dude. Have a good day and good luck.
Yeah, brother. Go Dodgers.
Yes.